Magyar szólások és közmondások angolul beszélőknek.
Hungarian sayings and proverbs for English speakers. Uppity mice.
Egér nem fér lyukába, tököt köt a farkára.
This one's a bit longer. Few more words. Let's find out what it is. Egér is a mouse. And lyuk is a hole. Either can be a mouse hole or a hole in the ground. Any sort of hole. Tök is a pumpkin. It's short for sütötök. And tök is also used in slang meaning spot on, perfect. Fark or farok, both are acceptable variations, means a tail. Interestingly, farkosh, the thing that has a tail, is actually a wolf. Which leaves us our two verbs. Fér, valami be, is to go into something, as opposed to fér, valami hez, which means to have access to. So in this case, to go into the hole. Kurt is the second verb and can mean tie or knit. In this case, it means tie. Word by word. Mouse. Not go into, hole his into. Pumpkin. He ties his tail onto. A mouse can't fit into his hole if he ties a pumpkin to his tail. So basically, grandstanding takes its toll. For our additional vocab this time, we're going to have a look at vegetable. Vegetables in Hungarian is zöldségek. Zöld meaning green, which we've seen before. Ség, turning it into a noun. And ek is a plural. Strictly speaking, we don't need the ek. We've already met hojmo, onion. But we haven't met fok hojmo, garlic. Krumpli again we've met. Sárgarépa is a carrot. We haven't yet met. So far, all of these vegetables were roots. The word for root, gyökér. So a root vegetable, gyökér zöldség. Now, here's a trick. Parsley. In New Zealand, parsley is a herb. We use the green bits. In Hungary, parsley is a root vegetable. It's the root that is most often used. And so when you see a white root-like vegetable in a soup or a stew, it's not a parsnip. It's actually a parsley root. And again, it's the big flat-leafed parsley that they tend to grow. But let's see some others that genuinely aren't actually root vegetables. Cabbage, kapusta. Bob is bean. Uboka is a cucumber. All of these are very popular vegetables that you'll come across all the time in Hungary. Off and on over the series, I've been talking about front and back vowels and the famous vowel harmony. So let's get into it into a bit more detail. Vowel harmony determines which ending to use. So whether it's ek or ek, et, erti, be, re, en, vel, whatever, those are all used with front vowels. In contrast, the ak, ok, at, ot, bo, ro, on, etc. are used for back or mixed vowel words. So if a word is a mixture of back and front vowels and it's not a compound word, then you always go for the back vowel. If it's a compound word, you go for the bit of the word closest to the end. So you use the back vowel ending if the word has any back vowels at all. And the back vowels are, you can remember them by thinking of auto. A, U, O. So these are the ones that are pronounced in the back of the mouth. Obviously, the other side of it is you use front vowel endings if the word is all front vowels. Keep in mind, though, that that E, that is the I, can actually flip either way. So sometimes a word will have an I and other front vowels, and it will take a back vowel ending. They're rare, but they happen. Let's try some out. Zuurtjek. An and an A, so that is all front vowels, is a front vowel word. Hodgmo, o, back vowels only. Krumpli, you end with an I, which is a front vowel, so which makes this a mixed vowel word. Mixed vowel, you're going to take a back vowel ending. Here again, we're just looking at plain old front. Here we've only got E's, so this is going to be a front. Here we have the R and the O and the A. This is a pure back vowel word, and we're going to use a back vowel ending. Here again, all back vowels, back vowel ending. Shagarepa, we have front vowels and back vowels. So we've got the R, O, E, O. But also, this is a compound word. So if it wasn't a compound word, we'd say it's mixed, therefore we use back. But it is a compound word. Shaga, repa. Repa is another word for root. So the final word, the repa, is also a mixed vowel word. So overall, we're going to go with the back vowels. We've looked at movement in and on before, in sitting on a horse. If we're moving into an enclosed space, we use bo or be. If we're going on to a surface, we use ro or re. So if we're going to take a possessed word and an on or into ending, what happens? A lot of possessions, especially third person, will end in an A or an E, and you lengthen that at the end. So, yuk, whole, yuko, his whole, lyukába, into his whole. Sem, seme, seme, be. We came across this one in Bold Cats. The cat was looking into his eye. Turk, notice in this case we use JE to show possession. There is also a variation without the J, but let's stick with the JE. In that case, the E lengthens, and because it's a front vowel word, we use be, not bo. Now we're going to go on to. Now here we've got something quite weird happening. Farok is tail, farko, his tail or its tail, and it is that we use to put the ro on. Farkára, onto its tail. Another interesting one here, the long E, Egér, becomes short for the possessive, and otherwise it's normal. Here is also a normal back vowel word, and because it's back vowel, we're going to use the ro ending. And now for something a little bit different, we're going to go for a plural. So auto is a car, autok, cars. So your cars, autoid. And to that we add our normal bo at the end. Into your cars.
Egér nem fér lyukába, tököt köt a farkára.
Grandstanding can take its toll. No grandstanding, just some simple Hungarian words and grammar. Hope you enjoyed it.